Hey everyone, what's up? Mirai here, and welcome to just a random vlog-like video. You know, I really don't like the term blog, so I don't like the term vlog either, but it's kind of what this is. I've kind of wanted to do these types of videos every so often to just kind of give an update on what's happening, what's going on in the realm of Mirai, but procrastination usually wins in that fight. So this is what it is. But got some interesting things to talk about. This is just kind of a little, this is an announcement for some further announcements that are going to happen within the coming weeks. Just saying. So yesterday, which would have been Monday the 28th, sorry, calendars. Monday the 28th, yesterday, I released a little screenshots of something I was working on. I generally, write down a long list of like upcoming videos that I can do and create and ideas and brainstorming things here and there. And so I figured, just take a screenshot and just kind of tease, make it a little dramatic, put it on an angle, make it dramatic. And I tossed that up on Twitter yesterday, and it was retweeted by both the Dual Dash Boxing Twitter and the Eyes Boxer Twitter. So hopefully some people saw it. I didn't get any comments about it yet. It's maybe nobody cares anymore. Maybe nobody cares. But yeah. It is. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. What else is new, right? But multi-boxing with Mirai is finally back in the works. Finally back in the works. And hopefully we'll start with those videos in about a month. I do have some other things to set up and whatnot and take care of before that happens. But yeah, so hopefully about a month from now, we'll start seeing some of those videos. We got some details. I've already got a lot of details written down and planned out, and I've thought about this for several days now at this point. I've just been like on top of this the entire time. But I'm not going to go over all the details here in this video. Maybe just touch on some things that I said in the prior video. So if you did watch the prior video, which was about 9 or 10 months old at this point, it was right near the end of December of 2014 that I made that video. It's on my channel. I'll put a link to, I don't know, there'll be a link in the description, but it's not really all that important that you see it. In that video, I had two ultra-wide monitors stacked on top of each other. I've since retired those, and they're actually in the box on the floor over there. I hope to possibly be selling them in the future because I would like to fund some further hardware upgrades. But I have gotten some hardware upgrades. So the first one would be this big old 4K display behind me. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. That is actually for a separate video. We're going to do a little hardware upgrade video. Sorry, I keep looking at IRC too because I can see it out of the corner of my eye. I'm going to do a little hardware upgrade video to kind of outline some things that have changed with my system. In the past, I've done like full-fledged videos that show hardware upgrades and whatnot. There weren't enough upgrades to really warrant a really long video, so there'll just be a short one on that, some GPU upgrades as well as a new display. Both of which are very sexy, let me tell you. I did have a full-on build planned for this year, but it's a little too expensive, and I kind of would like to have some money in my pocket. It's very expensive. I've already spent a good chunk of change on it already, and if I was to finish the current build, it would probably be about $4,000 at this point. $4,000. Motherboard, new memory, 8-core 5960X because I need an 8-core. I've currently got the 6-core from the Ivy Bridge E 6-core, and there's really no point to upgrade to another 6-core. That's not really an upgrade. That's more like a side grade. So if I'm going to go with an X99 board, DDR4 memory, and a new chip, the only new chip I can get would be the 5960X, which is $1,000 in itself. So I couldn't really justify all that. I mean, if some rich Middle Eastern oil prince is watching this at the moment, he's like, yeah, I like this multi-boxing thing. I'm going to fund this guy's new build. I will accept that money. Interest-free as a gift. I will accept that money and I can finish my build then. I've got several pieces over there that you can't see off camera, just sitting and waiting to be used. There's a chassis on the floor behind you. If you look behind you on the floor, there's a chassis, very sexy chassis. Not going to reveal any details on that. when I finally use it, you'll see it. It will be used in the next build, so it's very cool. But other than that, because I do have this 4K display, I was talking about in the prior video about rebooting multiboxing with Mirai, about how I was going to use NVIDIA's DSR to reach a 4K resolution and record at 4K and then upload it to YouTube. Back then, YouTube had just recently enabled 60 frames per second for 720 and 1080p videos. But the problem back then was that 1440 and 4K, if you uploaded them at 60 frames per second, they wouldn't even be selectable in the list. Although you had uploaded that video, 60 frames per second would only show 720, 1080, and it wouldn't even show the other resolutions, even if they were in only 30 frames per second. So that was a problem, and that was something I know this has been a long time coming. Something that I really wanted to happen was at least have 1440 at 60 frames per second on YouTube. And lo and behold, just recently, YouTube has gone ahead and not only added 1440 at 60 frames per second, but 2160 or 4K at 60 frames per second. So we will be recording in 4K at 60 frames per second. 5 game clients at almost a 4K resolution takes quite a lot of GPU juice to run. That's why I did want to upgrade the CPU from a 6-core to an 8-core, but I kind of have to just suck it up at this point in time. So hopefully be running 60 frames foreground and hopefully 30 frames background, if not 20 frames background, something like that, in order to help balance the load. But I got a little list here for me to make sure that I don't miss anything too exciting. So yeah, multiboxing with Mirai is finally going to make its return, finally, for the holiday season here. It'll be my holiday gift to everybody, if anybody even still cares at this point. I don't even know. But we are going to conquer everything from, and I don't want to disappoint anybody. I really don't. I swear to you, I do not want to disappoint anybody. But because Recruit a Friend only goes up to level 90, I think we're only going to do from like 10, where Ragefire Chasm comes into play, from 10 to 90 dungeon-wise. Because I have another side project planned with multiboxing, with Recruit a Friend, I kind of need to take advantage of as much Recruit a Friend as I can. So at 90, the dungeons are going to stop. I'm not going to keep going into Warlords of Draenor content. At least right now, that isn't planned, right? So I just want to let everyone know ahead of time, in case the hype train takes off from the station. You know, people are going to be like, yeah, Warlords of Draenor challenge modes and mythic dungeons. Not planned at this current time. I don't want to let anyone down. I just want to, it's 96% not going to happen at this time. We still do have like 6 months left in Warlords of Draenor, so anything's possible, right? Anything's possible. I would love to do those types of dungeons, sure, but right now we're just planning 1 to 90. I've got a whole lot of details to sort of reveal about things that I'm doing. We're still going to stick with 2 teams, ranged and melee. I'm going to swap between them both, and I'm going to show the different strategies and whatnot with each team from time to time. I'm not going to dedicate a specific video to a melee run and a ranged run of the same dungeon. That's a waste of time, and I'm not all that exciting. You're going to see one dungeon with one particular team, and then I'll touch on, like, if a fight was difficult, if a boss fight was difficult with a melee team, then I might talk about how it was easier with the ranged team and show the fight as well, either during the run or at the end of the run or in a separate side video, something like that. So there's still plenty of details to be worked out at this point, but 2 teams are planned to level them up at the same time. As I said in the prior video, I will be trying to do the dungeons when they're orange, and if not when they're orange, at least when they first reach yellow status. I will be freezing my experience. I will be stopping my experience at a particular level in order to make sure that I don't outlevel the dungeon as I'm doing it, right? Because anybody who's multi-boxed through dungeons with Recruit a Friend before understands that when you do a boss objective, you get a crap ton of experience at one point. You could level 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in a specific dungeon. So I may go in and it's orange and leave and it's green, not all that challenging at the end. So I want to keep it nice and challenging, make sure that leveling isn't skewing the difficulty of the dungeon itself. So I will be stopping experience. that is going to be tedious. I'm going to have to figure out, I'm going to have to like level a character solo to figure out where each dungeon appears to be orange, like in the dungeon finder. But I won't actually be using the dungeon finder. I will be going to each instance, physically going there, right? Not just being teleported via the dungeon finder. So I've got some things planned for that, some cool stuff that well, at least things that I think are going to be cool, planned to kind of spice up the dungeons and whatnot, instead of me just flipping the camera on and saying, hey, here I am, let's do this. Although that can be exciting as well, I figured I might try to spice it up a little bit more. So that's what we've got at the moment. Just a quick little announcement video that, yes, there have been hardware upgrades. Yes, multiboxing with Mirai is happening. It's the, just to prove to everybody, it is happening. Whereas, I can't, I have physical media here in front of me. Hold on. Physical media. 5 game keys. Physical media. That's right. That's right. They don't, do they even sell these in the stores anymore? I don't know. I talked to Lax. I was like, hey man, you know, I really want to do this multi-boxing with Mirai series. I think it's a good time. You know, Warlords of Draenor is coming to an end, and I kind of want to get this made, you know, before it's like way too late. And he's like, yeah, okay, cool, man. And I was like, yeah, so I'm going to pick up 5 game keys and start this bad boy up, right? And he's like, well, I got 5 game keys. So what does he do? He throws these boxes at me. These boxes, yeah. That's all just gonna go in the trash. There's nothing, but it's all good. It's all fine and dandy. So it's all coming back. And yeah, so look for something to be happening with this. There should hopefully be a thread on Dual Dash Boxing that I'm going to create here. It's not created at the moment, and I don't know if it will be created by the time this video is uploaded to YouTube, but there will eventually be a thread on Dual Dash Boxing kind of announcing it and saying, letting people know that this is happening. Finally, this is happening, right? Yay. All 8 of my fans out there, I love you guys. But no, there's more of you. There's more of you out there. But it's happening. It's going to happen. So look forward to that. And I'll see you guys on YouTube. Got some other videos coming up. So that's always exciting as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys at a later time. Thanks.